Mr. Mullet, Mr. Bazlenka.
Tones and I is the league ambassador for the Big Bash League. Because I don't like cock.
We will be ranking Australian childhood snacks.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the PKL podcast. And look, as we say every episode, it has been a while. And it's been even longer because this is the third time we are trying to start this episode. We got about 2 minutes into the last one and my elbow clicked the pause button on the microphone. So we said, scrap it. We're starting again. So here we go. How have we been this week?
Oh, absolutely wonderful. Well, the last month has been pretty good. I'd say I've been relatively happy. We are extremely sorry the last episode couldn't come out a bit sooner. However, slow and steady wins the race. Although, it must be said that slow and steady is not winning the race for us.
No, winning the race generally doesn't involve having no good audio, having two cameras disconnect, and getting a 1 hour podcast out 6 weeks later.
Yeah.
But here we are. And it's all part of the journey. Look, there's going to be bumps along the road to becoming the world's greatest podcast.
Exactly.
But, you have to ride the highs and lows, and our time will come.
It will. It's all about perseverance, how we get through.
Exactly.
It's a show of character.
In all fairness, Joe Rogan did start from where we are now.
Yes.
So we can get there.
But he's actually good at what he does.
Yeah.
Lemons, how have you been?
Oh, mate, it's been a long month, but I'm very good at the moment, yeah.
Good.
Overall.
Good. Now, Reece, sitting there in your cast, I mean, we talked about it last episode 6 weeks ago that you were going to go into surgery. The surgery's done. How was it?
Well, I'll save the actual topic for later.
Okay.
But look, it went well. I mean, considering I was in the 70% that succeed those surgeries.
I don't know about those odds.
They are quite high odds.
Yeah, look.
So you're saying 70% of people succeed?
Yeah.
Those 30% fail this surgery.
Yeah, so if you got 10 people in a room, 7 people would be alright.
Good maths.
3 would be a bit
statistics.
No worries.
Ooh,
Yeah.
8 on maths.
How does that happen? How does that kind of surgery fail?
Well, because it's the normal success rate's like 90% for like adults, because by then their muscles are properly fully done, sort of growing. And then sort of for teenagers, it's quite finicky in terms of it's growing. There's more stuff being produced and stuff as well, which makes it quite difficult to repair properly. But yeah, it's whatever.
There you go. Well, we're glad to see you here, healthy and fit. Unfortunately, you are missing this cricket season.
Whatever.
Luckily,
Unfortunately is a term used pretty loosely, I'd say.
you're not. I say forced. You're not somewhat obligated to stand in 40 degrees for 6 hours on a Saturday afternoon.
What?
Bat 9,
Yeah.
bowl 0 overs.
Exactly. Even worse.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's been some month and it's been some week. Finishing school, obviously for all of us, but for us three, finishing school in its entirety. And look, as my Instagram caption would suggest, it has been some week. I mean, if we start on Wednesday, graduation dinner, and it was some night, and it was capped off to absolute perfection. Because, well, two of my mates from school, and they're actually the two mates who I know will be watching this, Sahib and Ethan. And Sahib pretty much challenged Ethan. He said, I'll give you $200 if you kiss the deputy head of school on the head, on the bald head. And Ethan was like, oh, I mean, I could do with the money, but don't know about that one. And Sahib left. It was, getting towards the end of the night. Sahib had left, and Ethan was like, you know what, I really want $200. So I'm just going to try and stage it, and I'm just going to ask this teacher, would you like to be involved in this? And keep in mind, he's the deputy head. He's the one who sort of, he's not a bad guy, he's a good guy, but he's the one who has to enforce the rules, right? So, he's quite strict, and Ethan goes, this is what Sahib said. Would you be willing to film a video where I pretend to kiss your head and then you get angry at me? And he goes, absolutely. What do you want me to do? Where do you want me to sit? Do you want me to shout? Mate, he loved it. So, he did it. I recorded it. I could probably put the video over the top right now. We sent it to the group chat which Sahib was in, and he was fuming. He was like, no fucking way. He's like, fuck my life. Because he's realised he's $200 down. He did rightfully recognise that Ethan has, and I quote, you have very large testes. And then the next afternoon, Sahib transferred, not 200, he transferred 100. They negotiated. And as soon as the transfer went through, Ethan said, and the funniest thing is, it was all a setup. Mate, Sahib was fuming. So that was a ripping start to the week on Wednesday night. Thursday, graduation day. Big school assembly. I was voted by my peers as the person to speak on behalf of the year group at the big assembly, which was very honouring and humbling. Genuinely, it's cool to have your cohort vote you as the person to do that. Did my speech. I went for 20 odd minutes, which it's advised to be about 5 minutes, but we got carried away. It's graduation day, awesome. Thursday night, had a Hickey's meat box down at Joondalup. Hickey got a photo with us, that was elite. Friday, went up to Wilbinga, four-wheel driving on the beach, that was class. Thursday night, graduation party as well, don't forget that. Everyone getting involved in the celebrations, finishing school. And then Saturday, I had to work in the morning, but it didn't matter because I was going to the AFL Grand Final in the evening. Got down about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, lapping up the atmosphere outside the ground, standing behind where they were doing the Seven broadcast, getting in the ground. Amazing atmosphere, amazing experience, probably a one-off for the city. And I was very grateful to be there. And then woke up on Sunday and had a reality check that I have exams in a week. So now we're here.
Now we are here.
How was your exam prep going, Fitzy?
Well, it's currently Tuesday night.
Yeah.
My exam is on next Monday, and I'm currently sitting here doing a podcast with three other of my mates. So that's how my exam prep is going. Yeah. We're really nailing down.
Studying hard.
Studying hard. So I heard that you've had quite
some week.
Some week. Tell us about it.
Well, the last time we recorded was some while ago. So I'm unsure as to where we'll start. But we will start with my experience at my first ever live AFL game, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Me and my mates sort of threw out the idea in our little group chat that there's a game on, and one of my friends is a Geelong fan, so we're like, okay, we'll go. So there was about 8 of us. Bought $25 tickets, the cheapest tickets that you could get. Still at a reasonably good spot, right at the top of Optus. We saw Geelong take the W.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good game until the end of the third quarter when Geelong just started blowing out, I guess. But yeah, that was cool, I guess. I'd never thought I'd go and watch a live AFL game. Despite living in Australia, I've never really been a fan of the sport.
And being a passionate North Melbourne
supporter. Yeah, being a passionate... You're too right, let me get this on. Being a passionate North Melbourne fan, I've always wanted to go watch the Geelong Cats beat
the
GWS Giants. But, no, that was fun. And then, fast forwarding to this week, last week now, finishing school, as well as Fitzy, and also Lemons over here. We all finished our Year 12 chapter of our life.
Didn't we, Reece?
Reece was a very big part of that, wasn't he?
No, but in all honesty, that was really cool. Unfortunately, our school didn't really do anything for us, but we have a little breakfast thing that we get to go and do our graduation assembly in front of the school sometime next term. I think it's like week 2, I'm not really too sure. But no, that was cool. Finally finishing school. It's pretty overwhelming to realise what's next, I guess, for your chapter in life. But
doesn't matter when we're making a living off the Peak Hour
exactly,
podcast.
100%. And then Friday night, I had my school ball, which it's quite a strange thing because I know most schools in Western Australia have their school ball on, like, say, the first term normally. Our school decided to do it on the very last day of school, our last day of school was Thursday. Our ball was on Friday, so the day after our last day. But to be honest, I actually quite enjoyed it because I feel like you have a bit more sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you can just have a bit more fun because you realise that school's actually over and, like, this is sort of like the last haul. Like, this is the sort of final thing to wrap up everything that you've done in the last, like, 12 years of education. So I think that was a pretty cool touch. Yeah, it was good fun. And then now it is Tuesday afternoon or evening and we're recording a podcast. So that's where we are.
There we go. Obviously you had your surgery, mate, which we've been through with your 70% success rate.
Yeah.
Lemons, any exciting events in the last month?
Just finishing high school, really. Like, the whole last week, it was nuts. Like, even that Monday of that week, to realise that Friday at 12 p.m, I wouldn't be going back to school properly.
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
It's very surreal.
It's still hard to comprehend that. Like, it's school holidays now, but it will be hard to comprehend in, like, 2 weeks, so I don't have to wake up and then realise, like, oh, shit, I need to be at school for, like, 6-7 hours.
Genuinely crazy to think that, like, we've been in a routine for the last 12 years of getting up at, I don't know, 8 o'clock, 7:30, whatever, mum dropping us off at school, packing your lunch boxes. Now it's like, well, you wake up at 8:30 and you go, oh, well, what's next? You know?
As I think I said to you off air a few hours ago, the world is your oyster.
So true.
Like, it's just so many exciting opportunities. And, you know, the most important thing about us leaving the school responsibilities behind, at least after my examinations, is so much more time for the Peak Hour podcast.
Exactly.
I mean, I know we've already been nailing consistency. I mean,
So I've got
3 episodes in about
June,
5 months.
July, September. I think that's consistent, isn't it?
Yeah. So we've been nailing consistency
July.
already, but we're ready to go to a new level, I think, this summer.
Up and away.
And as we were just talking about, I mean, once exams done, etc., we go to levers, and we've got some exciting
gripping ideas.
Content ideas for our levers trip down south. So you'll find out more about that in due course. Before moving on to being angry, Reece, did you have any other exciting events that have happened to you?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I don't know if I should talk about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'll just say it anywhere, but I won't be like really specific. They announced school captains.
Okay.
And I got a position.
Well done, mate.
Yes! Good work, mate. That's amazing.
Thanks.
So you like a house captain?
Arts captain.
Arts captain.
Nice.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Mate.
Yeah, pretty cool. But what was annoying was when I got the message, because I applied for more than one, the message only said that I got a position. They didn't specify which one I got, which was kind of frustrating because everyone was like going around messaging each other, did you get this or whatever. But yeah, no, it all got confirmed on the day of my surgery.
Ah.
Yeah, that was great.
Big day that was. Now, good on you, mate. We love to celebrate success.
We are very proud.
Great success.
Right, enough of that good shit. Who's angry?
Alright, I am very angry. I am so angry. I'm not happy. I'm not a happy bunny.
No.
I need to settle
I'm
down.
I need
scared.
to settle down.
I'm scared now.
No, but we had the AFL Grand Final in Perth.
Yep.
We're very lucky and fortunate that Mr. McGowan was open enough to hosting
Daddy
Grand
McGowan.
Final. Daddy McGowan.
Dictator Mark.
Country roads take me home.
Mussolini McGowan.
Yes, that one. Yeah, so we were fortunate enough to host the AFL Grand Final. The teams were the Western Bulldogs and the Melbourne Demons.
Yeah, good one.
Where's this going?
For the Western Bulldogs. They have a very popular cult hero in Australian.
Bailey Smith.
Big Bailey Smith.
Yeah.
He's
You've
such
hit the nail on the head.
He's a,
Mr. Mullet, Mr. Bazlenka. Okay, so here's where I'm angry. A nude photo of him was circulated around.
Was that during the game?
It was during the game.
Yeah.
it was
It was
pre-game and all that shit.
Circulated around, like social media and that. But it wasn't actually him.
No.
So like people photoshopped like his face, sending like a nude selfie to like a minor.
Was it real? Did it look realistic? I haven't actually.
To be fair, it did look pretty realistic.
Yeah,
I
good
can't
job.
lie. They've done a pretty good job.
They've done a pretty good job.
The editors.
Good
But
one.
my real issue here is, why is it so highlighted when blokes sexualize women, but not the other way around?
This is and especially since Bazlenka has just become such a cult hero, right? Because there is, such a with the AFL and Baz and other players blessed with appearance.
Jack Steele.
Yep.
Majak Door.
Duncan player 2018.
There is, and I've got no problems with it. Females on social media going on about
Yeah.
Mate, they fucking froth.
they
that
froth
thing.
them.
And it's not only him as well. There's so many sports, or even just life in general, where like females will like go at, I don't know, blokes or sports people who look attractive. And something that sort of I noticed, I actually saw it on a TikTok and I was like, wow, it's actually pretty crazy to think. Jude Bellingham is a 17-year-old footballer from England, and he gets sexualized all over the internet because, like, fair play, he's a pretty good-looking bloke, but like he gets sexualized. Like, isn't it crazy to think that like he's a minor?
Yeah.
You know?
Because and the problem is that whenever it's the other way,
Yeah.
it's outrageous.
It's a problem.
Yeah, that's when it's like, can't do that, can't do that, can't
And then
do that.
people blame it on misogyny and all of this crap. Not saying that misogyny is not real. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
But what I am saying is that there's not really a sort of even divide.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I think there's a lot that can people can get away with one way, which when it goes the other way, it's suddenly seen as sexualizing. And by the looks of Bazlenka's character, I bet he loves it. I bet he's soaking it up.
He milks it. 100%
Oh,
he
there's
does.
been a lot of like videos circling around on TikTok where like people are going up to him like, "Oh, you look beautiful" and stuff, and you can see him like actually like his ego's slow.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Bailey Smith. I just want to put that out there before I go on like a 20-minute rant about him. Like you can just see like his ego slowly like drifting upwards with all like the attention he's getting for like his looks and his ability. But I wonder if like I haven't seen the picture yet. I don't really want to see it, to be honest, because it's a bit mad. But I wonder if like all this like attention is potentially like becoming a positive for him, like giving him more attention to like the whole cult figure, like icing the vein. I don't even know what
It depends how he takes it, but the principle of he's popular with the female audience mostly because of his looks and not his ability.
No.
However, whenever that goes the other way, whenever a female sports star is, commented on in the same way,
Yeah.
it's
Elise Perry.
seen as outrageous. And look,
That's actually a good example, though.
Yeah.
look, maybe the point is that it's so much more prominent with female athletes,
No, definitely.
whereas this is more of an isolated situation.
That's
But
the
is
thing,
it
though.
an isolated situation?
I don't think it is, because like, I don't know, you see it everywhere. You'll like see like teenage girls putting on their Instagram story, oh, how hot Jack Grealish is and all this stuff. But like as soon as, I don't know, a teenage boy does it over a female athlete, it's seen as like a wrongdoing and seen as not on.
Or you just called a simp.
Mm.
Yeah, like no matter what you do, like it's if you do that and you put on your story, you're seen as a simp or a creep. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah.
If a girl like posts an edit of a guy, then it's like whatever sort of thing. I don't know. It just seems weird.
But there was also the incident of the. I don't know if you guys saw it, and I don't know what school this was at, but they had in the girls' bathroom they had photos of like Bazlenka all over the bloody wall.
Did they really?
You like I don't know. I don't know if we'll get a video or not, but there's like. I think this would have been last year. They had photos all over the bathroom wall of just Bailey Smith. What if, like as you said, Elise Perry? What if a guy did that to Elise Perry? Just put pictures of Elise Perry in there. Like how different would the story be?
Yeah. Strange. World needs to change. World needs to change.
It's not the accident itself. There's no malice or disrespect. I think intended. It's the hypocrisy of it.
Yeah.
That's the problem that comes out of it. Yeah. Anyone got any other rants?
Yeah, you settling down now?
I'm
Right.
I can still feel the steam coming out of his ear. Just
all right.
About 20 minutes. Yeah.
Oh,
about 20 minutes before we came on, you went, oh, I have a rant, and I can tell that there's steam coming out the ears.
I'm angry. I'm really angry.
You seem pretty happy to me.
I did mention that Lemons would not like it, but would sort of agree with me on this one. NRL umpires.
Oh.
Maybe don't hit the
This
table.
is a budget tape. This is a budget
Sorry.
set.
Yeah.
Don't break the set.
Okay, so
You've triggered something there.
alright, so Manly make the prelim.
They made the
final.
prelims, Reece.
The prelim final, and being the biggest Cade Cuss supporter ever lived, I was absolutely devastated.
For context, Cade Cuss is a Manly player. Just put the context, just so you know who Cade Cuss is.
Anyway, so absolutely disappointed. First of all, that Cade Cuss is not picked. So
Kieran
absolutely shocked. But anyways, besides the point. So I'm watching the game, and being like a big rugby union fan, I absolutely love it. Watching league is so weird, eh? Not contesting in the rucks and stuff. It's fine. I'd move on. But these refs, holy shit, they sucked off those Rabbitohs, eh? Oh. So there's an example that I'll use here. Tommy Turbo goes in. He has the ball, and it's called, what was it, knock on? Or
no, he just dropped it. But
dropped it.
Is this the one where you look at the replay and the guy's actually yanking the ball out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first of all, he's yanked the ball out, which is completely fucked, right? It's illegal. It's legal, but it shouldn't happen.
It's not. It's illegal. It was like a 3-man tackle. You can't do it when multiple players.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. No. So he's gone down, and technically there's downward pressure, right? Now, resulting in that, the laws of rugby means that with downward pressure and the arm is applied, that's a try. But those refs have fucking got wank in their eyes, wanking over all those Rabbitohs or whatever. They did not fucking call the try. And I was absolutely shocked. Mind you, before this happened, there's obstruction. There's obstruction, and there's 4 players all fucking choking Turbo Tom.
They're all choking, not Turbo Tom, not the Dally M medalist.
You're kidding me.
The greatest player. He's made me survive this entire year though. Fucking hell, the shit he does.
Him and Jack Steele.
Yeah, but Jack Steele was more last year. But Tom Turbo this year.
Yeah. So, that was shocking. There's a bunch of other calls that I was fucked up, but that one really resonated me and really made me angry.
I can see you're very rattled up by
it. I watched the game with my dad, and me and my dad had a few drinks at the time, and Dad gets it when we
settle down.
when he watches rugby on having a few beers. It's quite interesting to see how realistic he gets. When that there was a try where I've got no idea what happened, but it was an obstruction, but it had nothing to do with the play. So the try got disallowed. Dad, I swear to God, Dad got up. His eyes were like fucking red. He was gonna punch the TV.
Yeah,
Like,
I remember that.
It was so bullshit. Because
what happened was
actually we'll get a video up of it.
yeah.
Again.
So what happened was the players run. He's passed the ball. Well, he's dummied and missed the person. The person's run into a player. He can't run
These two
anywhere.
have got no idea what's
This
going
is
on.
an
right
absolute disgrace.
He can't run anywhere else, but he bumps into the player, and it's called obstruction because he's knocked him in front of him. But there's like he can't run anywhere else. Like he can't stop himself.
It's true.
Yeah.
And that's given obstruction, yet Rabbitohs did the exact same thing, and it was given a try.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It was the most fixed thing of all time, and then
Like, there's all those jokes about, like, free kick Hawthorn or whatever, and to some extent that was, but, like, there's all, like, the complaints about free kicks at the end of a footy game or stuff, but that's, like, blatant cheating.
penalties.
But then at the same time, the Rabbitohs in the grand final are going to be playing what's known as Penrith rather than Penrith because
Penrith are so class though. Without the whole ref thing, they're actually really.
Yeah.
They're really.
No,
good.
they're a good side.
I really
rate
rate
in the grand final.
Cleary, Luai, and Toto playing together is like the most satisfying thing you'll see.
Yeah. So that's my rant. I just, as a rugby fan, I was absolutely disgraced.
And as a Manly fan, the whole house was burnt down afterwards. We were that pissed off.
I don't blame you, mate.
But yeah.
That was shocking.
The standard of umpiring needs to lift in all sports. Umpiring.
yes.
I mean, rugby.
refereeing.
Overall, rugby league, it was really shithouse last season, but this season it was actually good. Even though they introduced the high tackle rule, where anything that hit the head was a send off or something, which is a bit hard.
Oh yeah, there's new rugby rules in Union as well. That are shit. There's aerial rules as well. Like if you tackle someone in the air, you get a red card straight away.
A red card.
A red card, you get sent off.
Jesus.
If you tackle them in the air, so people just stop that now.
It's just a penalty in NRL.
Yeah,
but
no, it's fun.
Anyway, we'll move on before.
Umpires need to lift.
And looks like 1.5 viewers have stopped watching because they have no idea what the fuck rugby league is, and I do not blame them.
Oh, that's so shit.
Talking
Our
about
audience retention.
talking about rugby league in WA is like talking to a brick wall. No one has a living clue what's going on.
Like Daddy.
It's a good reference.
Lemons, are you angry? Other than the refs?
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say I wasn't angry or anything, but you just like.
Yeah, no worries.
No, what was it?
Should we do the group thing? The Tones and I one.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
that was-
yes.
I forgot that I was angry about something.
Yeah. So the Big Bash kits for next season, but made by Nike, they all look pretty darn good, except the Strikers one. I'm not a fan.
I'm
I'm
honestly not sold on any of them this season.
Really?
Really?
I think they're really nice.
Because you boys didn't like last season's when they were playing. I thought
Yeah.
they were fine.
I
get
mean,
the Big Bash is about
Just go back to BBL 1. Those kits were class.
I'm not sold on this year's, but wait, we'll wait till we see them out on the field.
Well, obviously they'll look better or worse on the field, but
But look, at the launch of the kits, there's just it was in
who the fuck's
I mean-
Tones and I?
Tones and I is the league ambassador for the Big Bash League. I mean, the Big Bash,
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
the Big Bash has been successful, but I think everyone sort of supports it in an ironic way because they realise that it's sort of a piss take.
Yeah.
This whole league ambassador of Tones and I, who is apparently the singer of Dance Monkey, is that right?
She is.
Which was made in what year?
2017.
And what year are we in now?
Yeah, but she does make songs that are like getting popular, which is unfortunate. Like she's a good singer, but like she's like so awkward to listen to. Like you've all heard Dance Monkey, like you wouldn't listen to it like all the time.
Aside from her singing, this launch of photos, she's wearing like sparkly speed dealers, with which are the colours of the teams that she's wearing the kit of.
And then her hair.
Her hair's
I'll get the thing
yeah,
up.
we'll get photos up. If the Big Bash want to improve their image, this launch is an embarrassment. What does the league ambassador do? If a cricket league needs a league ambassador who's an irrelevant singer, then you know your cricket league is in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there it is. Oh,
That's-
never mind.
Yeah, the lanes.
It's just a bit unnecessary, really.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Because
I mean, it's a nice kid.
And it's nothing against her herself. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure she's just been offered a lot of money to stand there and take some photos. Nothing against her. It's
the
it's
league
just the
itself. Yeah. No. You look why the IPL succeeds because there's no like gimmicks or anything.
no, it's just cricket.
It's just cricket.
It's just
Like
good
mind
standard
you,
cricket.
there's like all like the sort of like animations that they have there, which are a bit like a bit cringe, but it's nothing compared to this, where it's all about the kids. It started off with a bat flip, then you have those stupid shitty rules last year, and now you've got league ambassadors who are irrelevant.
And
It's just all a bit over the top and a bit unnecessary. I understand, like, to keep things relevant, you need to sort of keep updating.
And the Big Bash does appeal to a young audience.
Yeah, but even still, like, you just keep it simple. Like, why? I'd like to hear the thinking behind the person who employed this sort of rule of a league ambassador. And something that will be interesting is if it is, let's say, successful, will it continue on into the next season? And will
Have
they
a
get
new
another
ambassador
person?
every year.
will the
Yeah.
ambassador what's next? Like,
Pick our podcast.
pick up.
Big Bash 2022, 23.
Will like
league
Tony
ambassadors.
Abbott be like the BBL 12 league ambassador? Like anyone could be it. Like, bloody, who else is someone
Stop
random?
the boats.
Who else could be it? Like,
Clive Palmer.
oh,
Clive Palmer is
honestly,
fit.
I wouldn't be too. I wouldn't be
He's an
too
attractive man.
Mate, that's how we'll get to Mark McGowan, I reckon. Just take away the BBL and he'll
Ooh.
get straight to the mining or whatever he's into.
Well, yeah, because we have Clive Palmer's a wanker. He's an absolute wanker.
No, he's not. He's
No,
so fit.
No, but
I love the Palm United ads back in 2019.
Oh, there's a new Donny, eh?
Yeah, there is.
He just wants to get rid of lockdowns completely.
What's his name? I've seen his adverts.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Clive
And he's
Palmer
like,
Jr.
he's like, he stands for the same party,
Yeah.
United.
It's the
United
same. It's the
Australia.
same pit. Yeah, it's the
You know,
same.
the biggest piss take is that after Clive Palmer made sure the whole of Western Australia hates him, he's been buying front page West Australian adverts. On the front of the West, you get a section at the bottom which is to do with voting the United Australia Party.
No one's gonna vote him. He's the Donald Trump of Australia. I'm sorry.
I love him though.
He probably has a big schlong.
Yeah, if you can find it.
I mean, he probably hasn't seen it in 30 years.
That's a fair shout.
Neither is any females. Do we want to go on to the unlock of the draw?
Oh, I reckon we jump into that.
We didn't do the segment last episode actually. But essentially, if you're new here, the way that this segment works, in the plant pot here, we have 4 names which happen to coincide with the 4 people sitting at this table.
No.
And in this hat, we have 5 questions. Which are they all relationship related or are they?
Most of them.
So, whoever gets drawn out of this plant pot will be the only one who must answer the question in this hat. So, Reece, if you do the honours, mate.
Probably the one I'm gonna pull myself out here.
And it is
Fitz.
Mr. Fitz.
Mr. Fitz.
Mr. Fitz has got a question. Do you want me to shake it around for you?
Go on.
I'll do the big shake.
All right.
Pull out a question.
I've got a question.
Oh, no.
Would you suck a dick for $10,000? Is the question that I have been asked.
Alright, do it. Specifications.
Specifications. What?
Who? Who's
Alright,
one?
no, you're taking a big BBC.
BBC.
You have to do it fully,
Do I know the person?
all the way.
Yeah, specifications.
No, you don't know.
It's just some Donny.
Yeah,
It's just some
So
random
so
Donny.
you go up to
In the back
Magic. You
streets.
go up to Magic Door, right?
okay.
Look,
Oh,
there's a couple key elements in answering this question. 1, I am in a committed relationship.
Okay.
2, that committed relationship is with a woman because I don't like cock.
Okay, but hypothetically, you're single.
What about hypothetically? I like men as well.
There you go.
Absolutely. What's there to lose?
There's only things to gain.
Yeah.
And that's 10 grand.
Looking hypothetically, well, that's a great deal then, isn't it? But realistically, not such a good deal. Look, 10 grand. It's not a bad sum of money. A lot of people. No matter how I answer this question, right? If I said yes, I would, people would be like, what the fuck? You'd suck a cock.
Yeah.
And if I say no, I wouldn't take it, people would be like, what? You wouldn't? 10 grand. Easy money.
Yeah, both ways, people are going to have a problem with it.
Yeah.
That's
because there's probably an obvious answer to a lot of people.
And it would be money.
Look, realistically, in my actual personal situation, I'm going to say no.
Okay, unrealistically?
Well, the unrealistic hypothetical of being 1, single, and 2, homosexual, then absolutely. Fantastic deal. 10 grand, easy. That's a good unlock of the job.
Yes.
Yeah, doing one later or we're doing another one now?
Give it a bit of time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Do we have some interesting topics for the Peak Hour podcast today?
Well, we actually have a tier list prepared.
Tier
I've
list?
prepared a tier list. Lemons, if you pass me the sheet of paper.
Reece
Right. So,
Mr. One Arm himself.
so I have prepared a tier list, and this topic, the topic of this tier list, is we will be ranking Australian childhood snacks.
Australian
childhood snacks, right. So instead of going for the stereotypical S tier, A tier, B tier, etc., we have named our tiers after Australian icons. Our S tier has been renamed to Steve Irwin.
Fittingly.
The king himself.
Yeah, you've got to respect a bit of Steve Irwin. We'll call it A/B tier. It's been renamed to Chris Lilly. You know, everyone loves a bit of Chris Lilly.
Until he got cancelled.
Until he got cancelled, and you can't have too much Chris Lilly.
No,
or else.
love Chris Lilly.
Yeah. Our C/D tier has been renamed to Ian Chappell.
Alright.
You know, some people like him, but most people don't.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a what's the word I'm looking for?
Wanker?
Yeah, a bit of a wanker, but some people like him. So there's sort of that 50-50 region. And then for your F tier, we've gone for Pauline Hanson. If you like Pauline Hanson, just get out. That's where we're at. Okay. So I've got this sheet of paper which has our tiers on it, and we will be writing the childhood snacks in these certain tiers, and a display will be put up on the screen.
Yeah.
We're going to start off with a classic. Woolies mud cake.
Woolies
chocolate mud
that
cake.
has to be.
What do we say?
It cannot, if it's in Pauline Hanson.
If it's any lower than Chris Lilly,
No, it can't be any lower than Chris Lilly.
I think it's S.
You think it's S tier?
Because
Early
it's
S
so-
tier.
But because there's reason to this. Because when you're unprepared for a birthday, you're obviously...
Oh,
It does come in
You're always
clutch.
going to
It
snap.
is.
You
I
always
agree.
get...
You know what's actually underrated? Because there's the Woolies chocolate mud cake.
But
But
the
the
vanilla.
vanilla and the caramel are actually
Ooh.
class as well.
Yeah, I agree. The mud cake is a very versatile cake, isn't it?
You put ice cream on it, you put cream on it, you have it by itself.
Yeah, like I was listening to a radio segment the other week, and it was just people calling up saying that they, instead of like getting legitimate birthday cakes,
Yeah.
they just get the cold or the Woolies one.
And there's like, no one
Instead.
complains. You
No,
know?
no,
it's
it's
what,
class.
$5 at your local Coles or Woolworths or whatever.
There you go.
And you get served it, you go, oh, brilliant. You
It's
know?
class.
That's outstanding.
Can't go wrong.
If you complain about Woolies cakes, you may as well have gone to Pauline Hanson
Look,
tier, honestly.
So, for a monetary value and taste value, I think it's got to go in Steve Irwin.
It has
to go.
Do we have any
Steve Irwin.
complaints?
No,
Alright.
no objections,
So
sir.
we go mud cake.
Mud cake.
That's
Alright,
that
there
is
you go.
some neat handwriting.
Fair enough,
you got
Thank
there.
you. Alright, number 2, the Tim Tam.
Ooh, okay, classic. Very common, I would say.
Are we going into specifications of a?
Original.
Do we just go original or just
Just
overall?
the original.
The original? I reckon it's Chris Lilly. Personally.
I think
Very,
I'd give back
very
a
solid. No one ever complains when there's a packet of
You
Tim
can't.
Tams.
No.
It's the same with the mud cake. If someone offers you a Tim Tam,
I agree, but it's not as solid as the mud cake.
it's
You know
it's
what
not.
I
It's
would
not
say?
Steve Irwin.
You know what I'd suggest? Tim Tams are too common.
Yeah.
That's why I
A
would
Woolies
put it
chocolate mud cake, you don't have it every day.
No,
So
no.
when you get the opportunity to indulge in a Woolies chocolate mud cake, mate, you enjoy that. When it's a Tim Tam,
You enjoy it.
look, they're on everyone's table.
Yeah.
So
It's class though. You
it
can't
is
complain.
class, but not Steve Irwin
I
class.
reckon it's Chris Lilly, personally.
Are we saying hi, Chris Lilly, for the Tim Tam?
Yeah.
I reckon it's Chris Lilly.
We'll stick it like here. Tim Tam. Alright. Number 3, the Vegemite.
Steve
This is a
Irwin.
controversial
Steve
one.
Irwin.
What do... Alright, so
Steve
we've got
Irwin.
one Steve Irwin.
I've got... It
Me
is
personally,
so class.
Ian Chappell.
It is so
Yeah.
class.
I'm not a fan, but if it's there, I'll have it.
I think
Do you know what I mean?
I wouldn't say it's overrated, but it's not bad. If it's there, I'll have it. Like you
I mean,
said.
it's a lot better than how people describe it.
Yeah, no. Well,
Like, you
when
got-
people have it, they have it
They
in a
with
spoon.
That's what the
You lie.
American.
That's what Americans are. Oh, it's in a museum in
You lightly spread it
I
across
forgot
your
what
toast.
country it's in, but they have a museum for discussing foods and Vegemites there. But that's because they eat it with a spoon. You don't eat it with a spoon.
Look, it's very, very iconic, and you know it wouldn't be Australia without Vegemite. In terms of
Taste.
how much I enjoy it, I'm leaning towards a low Chris Lee to high Ian
Yeah,
Chappell because
that's
it's not
where
my
I'm
first
at
choice
as well.
spread. I mean, I would go a Nutella over a Vegemite. I'd go a honey over a Vegemite. Vegemite, if it's there, don't mind it. Bit of butter, light Vegemite. It does the job, but I don't think I'm feeling it as much as lemons.
Yeah, I think
I just
we're-
have it every morning.
us
that's all.
three are in agreement that it's sort of a high Ian Chappell, low Chris Lilly. But
I'm
But
more
then
than
lemons
I-
was
I-
for Steve
I-
Irwin.
but I'm more than happy to
Pumps
agree
it up
with you,
to
but
at least a low
yeah,
Chris
so
Lilly.
we'll settle for a low Chris
Okay.
Lilly.
I'm more than fine with that.
Alright, number 4. The Apple Slinky.
Oh,
A primary school classic.
Oh.
For me personally, the Apple Slinky can't go any lower than a high Chris Lilly. You know, you got 50 cents.
It's an apple as
You,
well.
you bring an apple to primary school, you've got 50 cents, you go straight to the canteen, get it slinkied. Happy days.
You said the 50 cents. From memory, Old Currumbine Primary School just did it for free. Absolute bargain, Apple Slinky.
Did Frank?
Free of
did
charge.
Columbine
Obviously,
Catholic do it?
you bring your own apple, but
course.
free Slinky.
Yeah, we
free Slinky
Fair
labour.
unless Smoller and I just never ventured to the canteen as
Oh, I
children.
never did.
Yeah,
I never
I never went as well. The apple slinkies weren't there, but they are very nice. Though.
Yeah.
They are
Yeah.
very nice.
You gotta love an apple.
I mean, it
You
completely.
cannot. It's like a Tim Tam or a mud cake. You cannot go wrong
No,
with a slinky.
It revolutionises the usage of an apple.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone knows your stock standard apple, whether that's the Granny Smith or the
Pink Lady.
Pink Lady,
The Fiji
But-
apple.
the Fiji apple, and you enjoy it. But whoever thought of slinking it? And it just makes it taste a whole lot better.
It
Oh,
does.
It really just makes it into a slinky.
I'm just so passionate about apple slinky.
Apple Slinkies.
Steve Irwin.
I reckon.
Are we saying?
Ooh.
Are we
Chris-
saying?
Hi, Chris Lilly.
Thing is though, what are we saying? Are we saying
We're putting
a high? Are we saying that the Apple Slinky is a better snack than the Tim Tam?
It's healthier. We'll say that much. It is healthier.
I would rather indulge in a Tim Tam.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me for.
Alright, so should we say middle of Chris Lilly then?
I
Yeah.
Or we can
think
move
that's fair.
Tim Tam up to the top of Chris Lilly.
I reckon we'll keep Tim Tam there.
Okay.
And if
then
Central Chris Lilly.
if we want to readjust at the
Yeah,
end.
of
Yeah,
course.
because we're
You
obviously,
know, we can use some arrows.
judging from the amount of Chris Lillies we have now, there's quite a lot.
Alright. The Lamington. What are our thoughts on the Lamington?
I think it's a bit overrated.
I was
too.
literally.
I
gonna
think
say
that it's
overrated.
overrated.
I reckon Pauline Hanson's a bit harsh.
No,
It
Mid-
can't be
mid-
Pauline Hanson.
It's a bit
Ian
harsh.
Chappell.
Yeah, I was
Mid
gonna,
Ian
I was,
Chappell?
I was gonna say Ian Chappell because everyone hypes him up as
I
like.
feel like they're quite dry. I mean,
Yeah.
depending on
They
who
are
you get
very-
it from,
No,
the
they
sponge is quite dry.
Yeah.
And the coconut, for me, it just doesn't sit right.
Nah.
I don't like. I don't mind
it's,
like a little
it's,
one.
it's definitely not the last thing you're going to eat on the thing.
No,
You
no,
know, like
no.
your tea.
But it's also not the first.
It's not the first thing you go for, but it's not the last.
It's not gonna wake up in the morning and think,
Yeah.
yes, I want a Lamington. I want a big, soft, dry Lamington.
I think a mid to low Ian Chappell's fair.
Yeah,
I-
I'd
yeah,
say
anywhere Ian
Look,
Chappell,
They're serviceable, but then overrated.
Yeah.
I reckon you hit the nail on the head there.
Cool.
Second time this episode. Let's go.
Alright. Shapes. The shapes are an Australian
Which one?
Okay,
classic.
we're
As a whole.
gonna do this again.
The brand.
Specification. Oh,
Or do we want to go? Do we want to go pick our 3 favourite shapes?
let's do
And
it.
then
It has to be barbecue
no,
pizza. Have to
do-
be up there.
do
If we're doing top 3.
One each.
okay.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right. Well, I made the tier list. I'm going first. I don't care what any of you guys say.
All right, get on with it.
Barbecue.
Yeah, that was a must.
Barbecue has to go in Steve Irwin for me.
Mhm.
I think it's lower than the mud cake, but it is higher than the Chris Lilly tier.
See,
Oh, it's Steve. Yeah,
They are iconic.
they are here.
they are godly.
I mean, I love shapes.
Oh, but when they release their new flavours,
They were disgusting.
New flavors are wank.
The originals are the goats.
yeah. Well, they fucking got rid of them, so it's all good.
Mm.
I don't think barbecue shapes would be out of place in a low Steve Irwin spot.
Okay,
No.
right. So we'll settle for that. Lemons, do you want to pick next?
Pizza. The
Pizza.
ones.
I love pizza.
You gotta love a pizza shape.
Pizza shit.
For me, it's not as good as the barbecue,
Mm-hmm.
but I can see why you would interchange them.
I'd say one lower than barbecue.
So are you saying a high Chris Lilly? Like the highest of Chris Lillys?
just
Or
have the barrels.
okay,
Still in the Steve Irwin position.
Yeah.
still in the Steve Irwin. Alright.
Yeah, no, I think that. Honestly, barbecue and pizza shapes are the best combination of shapes.
Reece, do you want to go?
Not gonna lie, I don't eat a lot other than those two. The one that I'd say I'd eat the most is cheese and bacon.
I'm not
that's
a
a
fan of the
controversial
cheese and
one.
I
bacon.
haven't had that before actually. I don't think.
Have you not?
No, because we usually get the barbecue pizza. I think it's chicken crumble,
Chicken crimpy.
and then for some reason Dad gets the cheddar ones, and the cheddar ones are pretty wank. To be honest.
Yeah, they're a bit
Cheese
bland.
and bacon. It's serviceable,
Look, yeah,
but
it
it's
is.
nothing. It's nothing on the
Don't-
classics.
No.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I eat it regularly,
Mm.
but it is like if my mum puts it in the lunch now, I'm not really complaining.
Is it sad that we're doing the shapes review and the only video I have in my head right now is the Marcus?
Yeah.
The Marcus Dibble review
Oh,
of the shapes.
As we said
Last episode.
he is you know.
Yep.
He is a pedo, but that shape video
That
is
was
so funny
It was.
because he's just eating it.
Anyway.
Alright,
Get on
so,
the floor.
the cheese and bacon, are we saying higher than a Vegemite? Or lower
You know what
than
I'm
a
saying?
Vegemite?
I'm saying high in Chapel.
Yeah,
So-
lower than Vegemite.
Lower than Vegemite. Alright. And then,
Not nearly as iconic or famous cheese and bacon shapes.
and then-
Cheese and bacon.
Jeez, I can't believe you had a choice of
Cheese and bacon.
cheese and bacon.
Alright.
Chicken crimpy.
Chicken crimpy is,
Steve Irwin,
for me, it's not as good as the barbecue or the pizza.
Yep.
but it's solid. It's just chicken salt.
It's good.
It's chicken salt. You can't go wrong.
I mean, I think chicken crimpy is the elite of the shapes.
You think it's the best?
I would
top.
say in terms of,
Iconicness.
iconic Australian, it's not quite as popular as barbecue and pizza.
Mm.
But I reckon a lot of people would argue that chicken crimpy is the top of Steve Irwin shapes. But I'm happy to compromise and have it high Chris Lilly just below the barbecue and the pizza.
To be fair, it is the Holy Trinity.
The Holy Trinity of shapes.
I think it has to be Steve Irwin.
Yeah,
Steve
I think
Irwin.
anyone
Just
you
on par?
ask,
Yeah, on par.
anyone you ask about shapes, they're top 3.
Yeah.
If it's not those 3, they are insane.
Yeah.
I think.
Alright, Holy Trinity of shapes, low Steve Irwin. I think that's fair.
Except that, but that's not part of it.
Oh, cheese and bacon. Cheese and bacon.
Yes,
Alright. Moving on from the shapes, we have the Zupa Duper, the summer
Oh,
hero of Australian
I'm saying
culture.
mid
Okay.
Steve Irwin.
Yeah,
Still
I
not.
think the Zupa Duper and the Mud Cake
I
will
was
end
gonna-
up being the top 2.
ooh.
Peak Big Bash was when it was sponsored by Super Duper.
Yeah, I agree. That was
jumped
just
Jordan.
unreal. That was when like
Dwayne Bravo.
the new Zupa Dupers came out and they were just as good. Like everyone thought they wouldn't be great and they were just as good.
It was
Like the new branding in there.
just before the downfall of the BBL,
Mm.
when they got tones in eye. But anyway, that's a different story.
Zupa.
I was gonna,
Yeah.
That's going there.
I was gonna say hi, Chris Lee, but I
Alright,
went
so
high.
is the Zupa Duper higher than the Mud Cake or lower than the Mud Cake?
I think
Because it's definitely higher than the shapes. We've established that, I think.
Higher than Mud Cake.
higher than mud cake.
I was going to say mud cake's elite though.
I would say like a Zupa Duper is more it's a bit more versatile, as in you can have it any time. I feel like you sort of have to sit down and be prepared for a mud cake.
That's
a Zupa
true.
Duper, you get chucked a Zupa Duper and you just
And they're cheap as well.
they are cheap as well.
Yeah,
Alright.
go to the canteen, 50 cents, easy.
For me, it's got to be Super Duper mud cake shapes.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we agree?
I think that's fair enough.
Alright, so the Super Duper
We won't call
is
it
on
World War 4.
top. Alright, so my next thing from memory is the Golden Gay Time.
I haven't had one before, so I can't.
You've never had a Golden Gay
I
Time?
can't have an opinion on this.
You are going to have a Golden Gay Time because they are an underrated ice cream
Really?
of Australia.
I have heard stories that they are quite solid.
I thought the name was getting changed, but that's just me.
Maybe it is. I feel like I've heard that before, but yes. Have you and Lemons not had a Golden Gay Time?
Not had a go.
No.
Have you had one before, Reece? You've never.
Oh,
Alright,
no.
so
You're right.
we'll scrap the Golden
Ah.
Gay Time from the list.
Okay.
We got two more. We
Wait,
got-
have you got Magnums on the list?
No.
Well, no, they're not
They're not
Australian.
Australian.
Oh, they're not Australian. Oh, no, I'll take that back then. Sorry, gentlemen.
Last two. The party pie.
Oh, okay.
You've got to love a party pie.
Steve.
It's a classic.
It's a cricket tea time special.
Yes, it is.
Isn't it?
Mm.
And it's a party.
You go
party
to the
specialty.
you go to the footy, you go to the cricket.
It's
you
an all
just-
year round sort of thing.
Exactly.
You have it when you have it on a Friday night in front of in front of the footy, and you have it on a Australia Day.
40
You have it on
degree heat.
Boxing Day watching the cricket in 40 degrees.
Yeah.
It's just
You got to love a party
all
pie.
year round.
If you're not, if it's not a Steve Irwin, it's a shit tier list. Isn't it?
Now the question is,
Yeah, what's
in regards
where?
to the mud cake and the shapes, above the shapes.
Above
It's
the
got to
shape.
be above the
It has
shapes.
to be above the
Yeah.
shapes.
I prefer a mud cake. Not gonna lie.
You
You prefer a mud cake?
I prefer party pie.
I think I.
They play very different roles. You see,
That's
you
true.
have
That's the
you have
thing.
your party pie, then you have your mud cake.
We are
Yeah.
choosing. This is sweet versus
It
savory
is.
though.
It is.
It's two completely different like categories of food.
For me, it's got to be the party pie over the mud cake.
Alright,
I'm with Sills there.
Yep.
It's
I'll have that. Yeah.
Alright.
it's a special.
Are we now down to the final one?
For the final one,
Woo.
to wrap up the Australian snacks.
We
tier
haven't had
list.
any Pauline Hansons yet.
No, you're right, we haven't. But for good reason. You know, Australian
They're
snack culture.
they're all exceptional.
No
It's
one's
unreal.
right. It's not racist, is it?
No,
No, we don't have any racist snacks.
halal certified.
So halal mode. Alright. To wrap up our tier list, we will finish off with the party sausage roll.
Oh, okay. All right. Similar to a party pie.
Mm.
I would rather delve into a pie than a sausage
Oh, 100%.
roll. Well,
I think a
Nah.
party pie has got to be.
Party pie. I reckon it's below mud cake.
Reece looks unsure. I reckon he's about
Oh,
to pull
big
out a
slugger.
controversial statement.
Is this series going to be a 3v1 again?
I prefer a sausage roll over
You
a pie.
prefer a sausage
What a
roll.
pussy.
He loves the sausage, does Reece. Okay, so are we saying? I feel like the majority vote is that the party pie is a better snack than the sausage roll.
Yes.
But are we saying that the sausage roll is a better snack than the mud cake?
I reckon mud cake
Well,
over.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Mud cake?
I'd happy with the mud cake to say.
Because the thing with the party pie over the mud cake is that it's just great, but the argument that you could say for the sausage roll is that it's got to go in the oven for 20 minutes before.
Oh.
And it is the same thing with the party pie, but I think the party pie is just so good that like
Yeah.
it's just undefeated.
You make a good point, mate. The mud cake is ready to go
Exactly.
as soon as you buy it.
You go to the shops, you get it, 5-minute trip home,
Yeah.
you take it out of the container,
Just
you've got a
devour
knife, and it's
Just
straight on
devour
your
that shit.
plate.
You take a knife. I just grab the whole thing and just go no.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
people eat it in different ways. So you've got versatility.
Call me.
Alright. So, mud cake, sausage
In
roll.
between the shapes and the mud cake.
Yeah.
I can agree. Alright, there we go.
So
Finger.
That is our tier list. So, just to
Just to summarise.
He has written sausage roux before he runs it out, but we'll move on.
Okay, just to summarise, in our Steve Irwin or S tier category, we have got number 1 is the Zupa Duper, number 2 is the Party Pie, number 3 is the Mud Cake, number 4 is the Sausage Roll, number 5, 6 and 7 is the barbecue, the chicken crimpy and the pizza shake.
How though? Everything's in the top 10. No one's in
In Chris Lilly, we have Tim Tam, the Apple Slinky,
Yeah, true.
and the Vegemite. And in the Ian Chappell category, we have the cheese and bacon shapes, and last but not least, the Lamington.
Done.
Moving on.
It's a bit.
Now, Lemons. Would you be so honoured to provide us with this week's headline of the week?
Yes.
Oh, boys. Oh,
Stretch it up. Stretch it up.
Yeah, do some Merv Hughes stuff. Over here. Alright. Headline of the week. Alright, this is leading on from last week. If you do remember.
Last month, you mean?
Last month. Fucking hell.
Last episode.
Last episode. There's a woman named Tash Peterson.
No, not her again.
I'm sorry. I found this before we recorded it. It is impossible to take up. So, vegan activist Tash Peterson stages protest at the Perth Royal Show.
You're joking.
Oh, she's at the Royal Show.
She's at the Royal Show. So,
For God's sake.
I will admit I have not read any of this, but judging from the photo, so at the Royal Show you've got your farms, you've got your family farms. One of our mates is working at the family farm at the Royal Show. Roy Jarman. So, Miss Peterson has run onto the old farm. Obviously, the animals in cages and all that shenanigans against it. The big farmer has fucking tackled her to the ground.
Oh,
it was
holding the ball.
It was. She's got. Let's see here. She's got a sign protesting. I feel. There's a photo here of. As you can see, people in the crowd. Just.
Yep.
We'll put it on the screen.
Shock.
Oh shit! Here's the video.
Fuck.
Oh yeah.
This is so. I do apologize. This is so last minute. Oh, she's posted on her. Okay, she's posted on her own account that she got tackled by a farmer.
All right.
All right, here we go. So there's the cow that she's got underneath the fence. She's got a sign. Oh, it stopped. Thank you, service.
That's right. We'll play the video.
We'll play the video. But yeah, essentially, she's gone into she's had a protest at the Perth Royal Show, the place where it's meant to be. It's a
joyous occasion.
It's family friendly. It's a joyous. It didn't happen last year. People just want to go look at the animals, and there's just this woman who last time we were here was dressing up in a period blood, running around a Louis Vuitton store. Now she's got a sign in the middle of a farm getting tackled by a 60-year-old. But it's quite extraordinary how she was allowed to go into this event. I would have thought by now that she streaked onto the field.
Yeah.
A football game. She's walked around in period blood, and now she's interrupted a family-friendly event just to say that animal cruelty or whatever it is. The thing is, you already know the farmers are taking care of the animals.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
It's
just really.
If you're gonna be a vegan activist, she picked the worst place to do it.
Exactly.
Because
why would you pick it? Yeah, there's police. There's obviously the farmer there. There's the helpers of the farmers and all that. There's a whole crowd of people that are probably supporting.
It's not even that. It's because the farmer's gonna take good care of his animals.
Yeah, exactly.
It's more so like in a slaughterhouse.
Depends how you look at it, right? If we're going to play devil's advocate, if you're getting a look from Tash Peterson, vegan booty's perspective,
True.
regardless of how they're getting looked after, she would believe that they shouldn't be in this captivity at all.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And then, from a protester's point of view, it's the perfect place to protest because there's a lot of people there. It's very public, and you are face to face with the farmers, which is the people she wants to. That's her enemy.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I would say that from her perspective, it's probably quite a good opportunity for her.
Yeah, but who gives a fuck about her perspective? She's a vegan activist. Like, who cares?
I can't believe she hasn't gone to a point where, like...
Surely you just realise at this point, like,
Yeah,
no one's fucking listening to you.
How delusional do you have to be to...
She's not going to change.
She's not
She
anyone's
tunes into
mind.
this episode.
Yeah, she's going to tune into this and go like, oh shit, these boys are onto me.
Oh,
not the
think our podcast aren't supporters, I better stop.
not the 4 teenagers. Oh, shiver me timbers.
Oh, gee willikers, they have 7 views. They're brainwashing their fans.
Yeah, hopefully, I do apologize. Next week, if it should not be on Tash Peterson, but it was just the sake that I opened up my phone before we recorded, and that was the first thing I saw. And it's fresh as well. Like,
It's
fresh.
that's what you get from the headline of the week.
Yeah,
It's straight
breaking news.
breaking
Although,
news.
to be fair, by the time this podcast has been released, it won't be breaking news anymore.
Oh, by the time this podcast comes out, she's probably committed a hate crime. But anyway,
Moving swiftly on.
so that's the headline of the
That's
week.
the headline of the week.
My favourite segment.
Shall we do another unlock of the draw?
Oh, well, I'm safe,
You are safe.
so I'll draw it out for you.
Oh,
The big draw.
I see 4 letters.
Mr. Sills.
Oh, it is me.
Alright.
Who has to answer the question?
Oh, no pressure.
Interesting.
No pressure.
There is one question that I really hope I don't get.
Oh no.
Did you write it yourself?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
He knows what all of these are though.
I
Wait,
wrote one of
what?
them. I wrote one of them. He could get my one.
I mean, what?
Right. Let's open up this question. Would you rather... Oh, this is the one I... Oh, no. Would you rather walk in on your parents or have them walk in on you?
It's a bit of a lose-lose situation.
Well, yes, that's what happens with these questions. There's not really many winning scenarios, as by the your question as well. Don't know, to be honest. Probably be walked in on.
So you'd... Actually, no, we're not going to say that. That's a bit mad.
Just to clarify, like, we are talking, like, having sexual intercourse.
Oh, thanks
Oh,
for clearing
Thank
that
you,
up.
Seum.
Thank you, Seals.
Well, I don't know. This could have been interpreted in many ways.
Could be, if our viewer base is under the age of
Yeah.
12, which it fully well might be.
Well, we don't actually know, do we?
Terrence
Oh.
popped up again.
Old mate
Um,
Terry from down the road.
Yeah, probably be walked in on, to be honest.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I just think
It's-
like I would just be like
Your
it
heart
would be
would
awkward.
just sink, though, wouldn't it?
It would be awkward at first, but then I think after a while would be okay. But if I like walked in on,
You'd be scarred.
yeah, I feel like that
I
memory
know.
would really.
It's the thing is, it's one of those questions where either way people are going to be like, oh no, why wouldn't you do this?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you're probably
It's
right.
like the one that fits you got.
Whew.
That was a tasty one.
That's one way to put it.
Oh no, then it's being smaller. Oh no.
Oh, that's right. You get off.
Fresh pressure's on.
You get off this episode.
Oh, we get off this. Yeah, come on.
Well, I'll talk about my surgery.
Okay.
And
Oh, yes.
post recovery, because I did say I would talk about it. So, 21st of September, you know, I wake up all nervous for this surgery. I was going to say something I probably shouldn't say. Anyway.
Go on then.
You say it
I
then.
really shouldn't.
Yeah, say it then.
I'll say it off camera.
Odds on.
Out of 10.
Go on.
Alright. 3, 2, 1,
7.
Stop like this.
Go on. Yeah. So, Reece, you said you were going to talk about your surgery a bit more.
Yeah. So, 21st of September, I woke up. I was quite nervous actually.
Odds on.
I was quite nervous actually, but I got up. I went to school and they had the captain's announcement sort of thing. So I was a bit happy after that. I got in. I went home. I sort of had a little nap before.
Right.
And then I got in the car, got there. I was actually absolutely shocked because the service was sauce only in the hospital. until I got to my room where I got 5G, so it was all good.
Because you're
COVID
vaccinated.
Yeah.
It's not the reason. Got in there. I was sitting there for about maybe 2 hours before they initially came to get me to take me in the theatre. It was quite a shock actually. I was just watching YouTube, but then they came in. I had to put on like this shower cap. It was a bit strange, and then I got into the thing and I had to put my arms out like proper, and I had the thing stuck in here, and like injected into me, and I was gone. 5 seconds, gone. And then I swear it was like 5 minutes, but it was like more like 5 hours until I woke up from surgery.
Jeez.
I woke up and I wasn't in any pain, so it was fine. But I swear on my life, I couldn't move my hand at all. I'd do this, and it'd just fall like that, proper. Couldn't feel a thing.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was a bit mad. And then sleeping, fuck, it was so uncomfortable. It's still uncomfortable now. I can't sleep on my side because I have to sleep with a sling on because I literally can't move my arm at all, which is really unfortunate, but it is what it is. And then, the nurses came in every 2 hours and checked my blood pressure because they're scared of like blood clots and stuff. And then I was out of hospital the next day.
Nice.
I was chilling. Got home. Felt like shit because... Oh, it was actually a funny story actually. So, I got meds to stop the pain, and I was sitting in the room, and I was given one where I have to put under my tongue. So I put it under, put the one of the tablets, like the big tablet, that's meant to take your pain away for like 12 hours, and I put it under my tongue, and it didn't just do anything. I put it to the side. My mum was like, I don't think that's the right one, but let me check. And she's like, yeah, it's the right one. So I swallowed 2 within 3 hours, which is really bad for you.
Oh, really?
So they thought I was gonna die for like a hot minute. But I'm still here, so I didn't die, which is good.
That's solid.
It's always a good start.
One thing to take out of that, but slowly recovering. I think I've got physio coming up soon as well, and then slowly back into it.
Good stuff.
Nice.
Wishing you all the best for a speedy recovery.
And I'm sure the whole fan base of the PKR podcast will be doing the same.
How good does it feel to have 2 people behind you?
Actually,
We've got our 0.5.
I just want to give a special shout out because they keep fucking asking me in class. Shout out to the drama class,
Yeah.
They didn't.
Will they be watching?
They will definitely be.
Do
watching.
they watch every episode?
Yes.
I think they do.
My favourite drama class.
Up the year 11 drama class.
Yep.
Maybe you shouldn't have mentioned school.
Yeah, but
I'll bleep it out.
My favourite school.
Yeah, I'll bleep it out.
Yeah, no, good on them. They were meant to send me topics, but they didn't. So send me topics.
Why'd you give?
Nice.
They said to talk less about sport.
Well, that wasn't successful today, was it? Half the podcast was about sport. Speaking of topics, anything else to indulge in this evening?
I've got an interesting
You do?
one. Right.
Yes. IPL, Mumbai. Sorry.
Brilliant.
Just sport reminded me of that. That's all.
Yeah, okay. So, if you were to go out for dinner with 3... I was actually gonna originally make this sports people, but since we've been told to talk less about sport, 3 celebrities to have a meal out with. Go. Reece, start with you.
I don't know any celebrities.
Any 3 celebrities.
I didn't know sports.
It can be sports people, just for clarification.
Oh,
Sports, musicians.
Steve Irwin, Chris Lilly, and Pauline Hanson.
Why Pauline?
Why not
What about Ian Chappell?
Oh no, guys, that's so upsetting.
You're right.
I'm just
Are
thinking.
you a bit stuck?
Yeah.
If you're a bit stuck, I'll start.
Okay.
Alright,
Just the whole bright.
first person, Kevin Hart. Funny bloke.
Fair enough.
He'll bring the humour to the dinner table.
Yeah.
Gets along with people, seems like a pretty down-to-earth guy.
Yeah.
Person number 2, Richie Benno.
Alright.
Oh, man.
Reason being, it's a very funny accent. He's a cult hero in Australia, Australian sport.
That'd be a funny combination.
That would. I think that would. That.
You
That.
smash.
The fuck you talking about?
What was I gonna say? That sort of combination would bring a lot of humour as well as a lot of witty conversation.
Yeah.
And for my third person, it's Kevin Hart's partner in crime, The Rock.
Yeah, that's solid.
That would be my three.
Kevin
That is
Hart.
solid.
Imagine Kevin Hart, Dwayne Johnson, and
Richie
Benno. That would be so class.
If I had to just alter your question a little bit, 3 people to sit around this table at the podcast.
Ooh, okay.
I'll say,
accept that.
I'll go, you know, on the theme of Australian YouTubers, I suppose.
Marcus Dibble.
Botsman,
Yep.
not Marcus Dibble, maybe a year ago.
Caden McDonald.
Caden McDonald.
Ooh.
Especially, I want to hear, I want to hear his feelings after the D's big win.
Oh,
And the Bev Show,
I knew that was
yeah,
coming up.
Bev.
because I met him this week.
Yes.
And I was so pumped about it. Oh, I can't believe I can't believe I forgot to mention it at the start when I was talking about my week and going to the grand final, because I met Jacob Bevers, the Bev Show, the famous Bev Show.
The Passionate Hurricanes.
No, I got a little clip with him as well. I did feel bad because he was getting so many people coming where he was, because he sent where he was sitting like on his story, so then people saw it, started congregating to get some selfies and stuff. But no, I genuinely really appreciated the time. Seemed like a top bloke. So good on the Bev Show. I'd have him at the peak hour table.
That would be an unreal conversation, I think. That would be very sick.
And while the Botsman's on, we can get Tash Peterson as well, because those two
could
those two
make
get
her
along quite well.
Article of the week.
She'd probably have a bloody protest about it, but anyway.
Who would you sit with those?
I was either gonna say Jack Steele, Tom Trbojevic, and Des Hasler,
Yeah.
or Brian Toto, Jerome Luai, and God knows, O'Shea Ole. That probably is a dead joke, but yesterday at the Dally M thing, the CEO of the NRL was reading out the votes, and one of the Manly players' name's Josh Alloway,
Oh.
but for some reason he said it as O'Shea Ole.
Well, that's
Oh.
by what's his name? Vladis.
Volandis or something.
Volandis.
It was quite funny.
Top content now.
No, but Toto and Luai are going to be they're piss funny as players,
Nice.
as NRL
Fair
players.
enough.
Brandon Smith is funny.
He snorted cocaine. Did you see that?
Oh.
Yeah, there was
Funny bloke.
no,
No
top
wonder he's
guy.
funny.
there was a clip during the. There's a lot of NRL players doing cocaine at the moment. Like there's
Oh, when was there not?
no, just this like Reece Walsh, who was meant to get the rookie of the year for the NRL. The night before, I think it was Sunday night or Saturday night, he got arrested for possession of cocaine. And then the next day, there was 2 Storm players, Brandon Smith and I don't know who the other bloke is, who were snorting it. So
That's the new trend.
that's a new trend.
Makes a change from sexually assaulting people instead.
Sonny Bill.
There's always a good trend going on.
The
in
big
NRL.
cane plane, raping children, but anyway.
Anyways.
Brilliant. Reece.
Alright, I'll go a different route, seeing as most people pick sport. I'll go musicians. I doubt most of you will know them, but I'll have Gordon Goodwin, Miles Davis, and I'll have Sammy Niesko.
Is it impressive actually?
3 quality blokes.
Who?
I've really
Third
heard of them, haven't I?
Sammy Niesko.
Yeah, like genuine.
Out of all of them,
No shit.
you could have picked Miles Davis,
No shit.
but you picked Sammy Niesko.
I know.
What type of music do they play?
They're all jazz.
Jazz, yeah.
Yeah.
Big sax.
How do you know Sammy Niesko?
I've got no fucking idea. That just name rung a bell.
Oh,
That's
okay.
all.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Play some good tunes with them. They sit there.
No, I
some
just
epic
talk about
beats.
music.
Oh.
Yeah. Just more like music productions.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
The peak hour is at 1 hour and 18 minutes. So
That's a solid effort.
That is peak stuff from us.
So,
Oh.
anything else before we wrap up tonight? It's been a solid performance. We're about to get up and find out that all 3 of the cameras have shut down and the microphone was on mute the whole time. Not that you guys will know for another 7 weeks. But
Oh, just before we go, should we do some, even though probably it's a bit irrelevant, NRL Grand Final predictions?
oh, quick one.
The Rabbitohs, the Cheetah Rabbitohs, or the Penrith Panthers?
Penrith by 6.
I'm gonna go Penrith because you said they were pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, Penrith.
Okay, and I'm gonna go. The referees are gonna win. So Penrith.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Even though none of us.
Conclusive decision.
Yeah. Jerome Luai. No, Brian Toto just scored a hat trick. 100%.
Anyways.
Big bizzer.
The experts have spoken.
Yep, that's the one.
Put the bets on.
Yeah,
So,
put the house on it.
Thank you as always for tuning in to the Peak Hour podcast, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Spotify, through your audio. We very much appreciate your viewing and support.
Remember, guys, if you like and subscribe or follow our Spotify, you will gain an inch.
In what? I think I asked this last time.
In dick size. What
Dick
do you
size.
think?
Okay, alright.
If you're still here, comment. What should they comment, boys?
North.
North. Comment North.
NORF.
Flag North 2022.
And also comment your questions and suggestions.
Yes.
Because this is a
The
podcast
fourth episode.
This is a
and
podcast.
no one's done anything.
for the people, and we want it to be by the people. So tell us what you want, guys. Throw your questions and your suggestions and your.
We're talking to
Well,
you.
add some questions into the hat. as
Oh
well.
yeah. What do you want us to throw into the hat? What do you want us to add to the set? I mean, the plant. Look at the shape, the plant, mate. It's gorgeous. And the favourite sponsorship.
Yep, we're definitely sponsored by them.
Yeah, so everything's happening here at Peak Hour Studios. All we need is some people to watch it. So
Share this round.
follow the Instagram at Peak Hour Podcast. Follow the TikTok at Peak Hour Podcast. And get on Spotify at Peak Hour Podcast. So, not too difficult to remember. Thank you very much, and we will see you.
Have a great day, or afternoon, or evening,
Month.
or month.
Have a good decade.
Thank you.
Bye bye.